been having trouble. Show me where to go. I'm open and I'm humbled. Had to stop second guessing and get all the way in. Oh, it was so dark, but I started to feel outlines of gardens around me, and all the colors I've been missing. And there was my baby, and there was a little time, and there was a prophet, and there was my family, and there was a way out that night when you texted me in the nick of time. I'm so lucky. Fill me a house full out of these flesh and bones. Been on the open water alone, spending time with me. I learned to live. Ocean be my mirror, help me see my soul. I've been in trouble. Show me where to go. I'm open and I'm humbled. Build me a houseboat out of these flesh and bones. Been on the open water alone, spending time with me. I learned to live. Ocean be my mirror, help me see my soul. I've been in trouble. Show me where to go. I'm open and I'm humbled. Ocean be my mirror, help me see my soul. I've been in trouble. Show me where to go. I'm open and I'm humbled. I'm open and I'm humbled. I'm open and I'm
What up, world? If you didn't know, this is the world famous, spiritually certified Bassmentality. We're here at the late night hours trying to make something happen. We got a lot of computers and devices all in our faces, but yeah, man. Who am I here with? Introduce yourself.
What's up? What's up? It's Black Samurai. Yeah, I just heard the Love Experiment, my band, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank y'all for inviting me over to, share some of this music.
Yeah, man. I was at the crib earlier. Well, not even earlier. Like when I guess we were talking at the top of the morning. I had text Wino. I was like, Wino, man, like what's happening? What's going on? He's like, yeah, man, I got the homie. He's excited. Da da da. I was like, all right, cool. So I had went back in your catalog to like I saw that you were doing like beat tapes, and then you had like drum samples and stuff like that. And then so I was like, yeah, man, send me the music. And then when you sent me the music, it was like, you sent me some R&B. I was like, man, this guy, he hit me with the bait and switch. He hit me with some nasty ill beats. I was like, man, you got something for Dilla? What's going on? And then so I guess the transition would be here we're talking about the Love Experiment, but you were saying that you had kind of been building this project across like the last 15 years. So if you could take us a little bit back on like how you became the Samurai, and then like how did you start building this band?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a journey. Okay.
We got time.
Yeah. All right. So, first and foremost, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised here, learned music here, grew up, listening to music in the church, also the second line, and also, studying jazz music, and also being influenced by Master P and Cash Money and everything that was happening in the independent hip hop scene. So being in that gumbo is kind of what raised me musically. So probably like around 2008, I graduated high school and I was going off to college, and I was making beats, but I didn't have any like equipment, so I was making beats with other musicians.
Okay.
So I had a band at the time. We were called the Black Notes, and then we made like a hip hop band with some of my friends. So we changed our name to Floopy Head, which is a very
Oh
you know,
wait, man. I
it's a
might
crazy,
have heard of you
it's a
then
crazy
before.
name.
Yeah.
We had a little run in like 2008, 2009, 2007. We had a little run.
Okay.
Way, back then. And yeah, we used to do a lot of live shows, a lot of, very much inspired by the Roots.
Okay.
It was coming from that, bag. And yeah, I loved it, but I hadn't had a computer yet where I could just make my own beats. So 2008, I go off to college, I go to Boston, and I don't know how it happened. I think my godmother, somebody, like going away present, got me a little laptop.
Yeah.
And then the homie was like, yo, I can get you Reason, put the Reason software when you still have to like have a CD and put software in your computer.
That's what's up. I'm from the Fruity Loops, cool era, pro era. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah, of course, man. Fruity Loops on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
Like I know a homie, man, Blue in Baton Rouge, man. It was making beats on the PlayStation game, bro. It's different. So yeah, this I grown up watching people make beats, but I never had the opportunity. So I get in college, I get Reason, I start learning how to do it, and then I'm in college with a bunch of different musicians. I'm like, man, I want to play these beats live. So that was kind of the original idea for Love Experiment. Was just I'm around all these dope musicians. I'm in school, Berkeley's down the street. I'm at New England Conservatory, which is like another music conservatory. And it's there. You can study jazz, classical, but I'm trying to make beats too.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to connect with all the musicians, and it basically started to play my beats live. But, as young folks do, I got my heart broken.
Yeah.
And I started writing some love songs.
It happens.
And,
it starts to grow.
It happens, And I was around some amazing vocalists. So, I started writing these kind of R&B soul joints. And, yeah, man, that became like my new project. And it was just like a rotating cast of different people that I was friends with up there and who I loved playing with. And, yeah, we were just writing songs and doing that for years. And then we released, this is still MySpace days. We were releasing stuff on MySpace and,
Okay.
Doing all that. Made a record, recording at studio WERS, Emerson College up in Boston. So we had a homie, I met him on the plane. He was like, yeah, I'm studying audio engineering, like, and we have access to the studio. Like, I got to do a project. You want to come record? Bet. You know, so
look, that's the ways when it start lining up for you having an idea and other people start really chipping in. That's when you start gathering energy. So if the project was started like in 2015, what was
way before 2010.
2010, excuse me. Look. I you said the 15 years thing. It stuck in my mind. I was
No, 15 years ago. So
So I guess that brings us up to like 2013. Did you guys start kind of laying down some of the tracks that we're hearing here then, or is more of the music that you like? Houseboat. When did you guys start recording that one?
We released the album. We did release the album 10 years ago, actually.
Okay.
2016. And that was kind of like our college album, like the music we were working on in college. That was on that first self-titled album. It's on all the DSPs, just the Love Experiment.
The Freshman Rush, you know what I mean? If we like, if we need fraternity.
So we was getting all that music out. And then, we did another project with a group in Japan called Wonk, kind of like a collaborative cultural exchange type thing. But we started Houseboat in like 2016, right after I moved to Rome. So I think I mentioned to you I lived in Europe for a while. So
yeah, look, like now you're throwing out exotic locales, man.
Hey, man, life is dynamic, man. Just
What has it been like for you being like here in the city and then definitely traveling abroad and then like looking back on the music? Like, what is it like on the other side of the pond with the music?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how many people in other countries really love black music.
Yeah.
Like jazz, soul, funk, hip hop, like really love and appreciate it in like a deep way with like reverence and respect. Sometimes even like more so than I feel like people here in the States do, because I think we take it for granted, because
I could just go up the street and get that.
Yeah, because we innovate so much, so we're kind of always on to like the next thing. Like there's a real time dilation when you get to other countries. Like we think with the internet everything is happening at the same moment, but nah, man. Like some people, like in Italy, I could definitely say it felt like there was, for the general populace, like they were 30 years kind of behind where we were
Whoa.
as far as like music appreciation of American culture. Like what was happening in the 90s was like, yeah, we love that. Like they still really love like Miseducation and Lauryn Hill. Like it just came out. Like
Wow.
anybody who goes on like a talent competition, they got to do a Lauryn Hill song. Like they want to be hip,
Yeah.
they got to do a Lauryn Hill song, right? Like 1998, like you know that's what they love, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they've had their own like trap scene, and they you know they definitely still have like modern music, but as far as like people really appreciating like what we do, it goes deep. Like there's a whole community that really loves jazz and New Orleans music and all that. So being over there, I realized like, man, you don't realize how innovative some things are until you see how it affects other people who like may not even have a real touch point for the culture that
Yeah.
created the music, but can find themselves within it. So you realize like, oh man, this is unique. For me, it made me appreciate being from New Orleans. Like my music, of course, like I'd been working with people in Boston, come from all over the country and had the ability as a musician to travel and see many places in the world. But living in another country for a long time and like putting roots down, it made me really realize like, man, I love being from New Orleans because I've lived in Boston, I lived in New York, and I've lived in Rome, and of course here. And I feel like living in New Orleans, if you know how to live here and be here, like you know how to be, like really be
Yeah.
a person, like talk to anybody, like that type of thing, that can take you anywhere in the world. Like you
Okay.
can fit in anywhere in the world. Like I speak a little bit of Italian now, but I was out there. I was out there not speaking any Italian, cell phone, no service, just out there, just making it work, man, and still pursuing this music. So needless to say, this project took many, many years because I was also starting a family. So, other things kind of took priority. But yeah, we started that when I would get a chance to pop back overseas and come to New York and, work with the group. Yeah, we would just make these demos. So over time, when we finally were like, we're going to put another record, I was like, hey, we got to go back and do this track and finish it. Because this was just like, I don't know, like just an afternoon chilling. And we hadn't seen each other. I had just come back from, my first time moving out to Rome. And like everyone was excited to see me. And they were like, yeah, let's make something. And you got that. And that kind of became the seed for the rest of this album.
That's what's up. With that being said, do you have another one you want to go to? I think you got to play it off of that one because he stole my aux cable.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out how to dial into it. What's the joint you about to throw out on us?
I think I'm gonna play another old one. It's the second track on the album. It's called In Flight. In fact, I started this one on like Logic in 2014, and finally finished it.
That's what's up. Well, it's on you to cue it.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy this.
Dropped all of this shit I carried. Thank you for all that it taught me. And I took it in, and I listened, and I blew a kiss. It on the wind. All I wanted to be was alright. All I wanted to be was a flight. All I wanted to be was alright. All I wanted to be was a
What up, world? This is the world famous spiritually certified Bassmentality. You're here with.
Oh yeah, Black Samurai from the Love
Yeah,
Experiment.
he forgot who he was for a moment,
Hey
man.
man, I was into the song actually. I was like, man, that's nice. I was enjoying that.
Sometimes that happens, man. You're just like you're caught up in the music, caught up in the hoorah, the
Well,
flair.
I was enjoying somebody else enjoying it for the first time because I've been listening to it for years. But to see, my man Charlie enjoying it and hearing it for the first time, it's like, oh yeah, this is new music. It's not new to me, but it's new to other people.
I'm tripped out. Y'all keep calling each other y'all real name. You know what I mean? I'll be like, what? Like it's like it's like being hackers. Like, man, don't call me Charles. Like, man, it's Wino and Black Samurai.
I know. It's
Fathers, we brought our kids.
it's almost it's
Boy,
almost
look.
it's almost like it's like you superheroes to everybody else, right? And it's more not even from the artistic side; it's more from the parenting side. Like we got to be these superhero kind of personas. So when I see him in real life, it's like, yeah, online that's Wino. When I see the beats, I'm like, that's Wino. When I see you in real life, it's like, man, you the only. You're in the legion of Charles because my dad's name Charles, my granddad's name Charles. So
That's what's up, man.
You know.
Too many mics get in a circle.
Yeah.
Knives pop out. Like, boom, look, it's only going to be
there's
one.
gonna be one left.
My dad named Charles too.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's like a secret society. You know what I mean?
That's all we ask is trust.
Exactly.
But going back on what you just got finished listening to, you guys would have heard No Worries. I'm trying to like log stuff and do stuff while we're like talking and diatribing. And then before that, you guys would have heard In Flight. And if you really tuned in, kind of at the top at 1:00, you would have heard Houseboat. And we were behind the scenes kind of talking about a whole bunch of stuff. So if you could, man, how did you come up with the title for not necessarily the album, but your production company? Because we just had the revelation of like LEX
Oh yeah.
being like Love Experiment or Love Experiment Sounds. Could you bring us through some of that?
Yeah. So at the beginning of this record, basically, okay. So we have the wonderful support of Sweet Soul Records in Tokyo, who we got connected to when we released our first project, and they really like our music and they really believe in pushing our music to the audiences in Japan. And so they kind of approached us like, hey, you want to do another record? I was like, yeah, but I don't have anything ready. So they, helped us kind of put this project together. And essentially what happened, I went to New York in like 2019 to kind of start working on demos for this project. And at the time, I was also connected to Splice, which is like a big online like digital library for samples. And I didn't really know what sample packs were and that whole thing, but I knew of Splice for other reasons because a friend of mine had been on the business team that started it. So we were connected. Long story short, they wanted us to record a sample pack with them in person because we released a sample pack sampling our first record and they liked it, but they were like, hey, we want you to come in and do something in person. So while we were doing the demos for this record, we went and cut some demos in Splice's studio, and that turned into 4 sample packs, which started coming out right before the pandemic started. So during that time, they started getting really popular. People were, really liking the sounds, and then the world shut down, and I realized like, oh, this is something that I can do and that we can do and still make money, even if we can't perform or play or anything like that. So I was like, all right, the session that we did turned into 4 sample packs, and we had already had one out with our first record. So I was like, we've done 5 sample packs in like a year. They're probably not gonna ask us to do any more unless we start our own company and just make it ourselves. And by the time the 4th one came out, like I was like, we know how to do this. Like we can do this ourselves. And for me, it kind of was like the perfect marriage of everything that I'd like to do: play live instruments, produce, write songs, do sound design. It was like, yeah, this is the perfect kind of infrastructure. And it's like, give these sounds to people who will use them and maybe make some crazy song with it.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets my sound out without necessarily people like having to listen to my music or be a fan. But it's like, hey, if somebody else samples this and using a song, you like, now my sound is getting out there. Now this collective sound that I've been building for all these years can get to people, through different ways. So yeah, we kind of just fell into it. And so LEX sounds. People always think it's Lex sounds, like after somebody named Lex. It's not that. It's Love Experiment sounds. But it's been a great. That was like 5 years ago we started that company, and it's been great. We've released collectively like over 13,000 samples. A lot of different artists have sampled us. Madlib, West Side Gun, my man Wino Lily right here, Pink Panthers, J. Cole, Coda the Friend, a lot of different people. I should probably know this better off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
does it
but-
show up like if you go on like Genius or something? Like, how do you know?
Well, I have to know because see, here's the thing. What we've done, which is something that we're working on, kind of transition out of, we've released royalty-free samples.
Oh,
that
I
means
got
you
you.
don't have
It's
to
for
credit us.
everybody. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, which is it's a gift and a curse. The gift is that people use our stuff and we're able to make some money. The curse is that you're not credited for it. So you got to go out and find it. Like, oh, actually, wait, that's one of my samples. That's. And so now we're transitioning to releasing royalty sharing samples, meaning like you can use it, but you got to cut us in and we got to be credited because it's like we've tested it, people like it. So,
Yeah.
Now we need our.
Now that
our
you say
coin.
that, what has been the grind for you coming into music? Because I feel like we all just don't start out at the mountaintop. It's always like this gnarly climb, or like trying to get people to understand the vision. When did you guys kind of start seeing like, all right, this band can be something more, or like the sound that we're making can be something more?
It's I don't know. Basically, we started playing because somebody asked me to put a band together for, I think it was like a Black History event at Harvard, and I knew the people who were like in the what do you call it, like black what do you call
This
it?
Black Student Union.
Black Student Union.
Yeah.
And this is embarrassing because I started the Black Student Union at New England Conservatory, so I should know, but I'm tired. It's late, y'all. But yeah, they asked me to put together something for like their event they were doing during Black History Month. And I mentioned earlier I was already thinking about I want people to play my beats live. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. And I got my heart broken, so I had these love songs. So I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. So when we had this gig booked. But before this gig, randomly this band that I was also in was like, hey, we're playing this like house party in Austin, which was like just kind of like the suburbs of Boston where all the college kids lived.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like, it's a little reckless, it was like kind of suburban, but also just very like, full of college kids, full of like abandoned places with people doing DIY shows. So we got the opportunity to do this show opening for another band before what was supposed to be our debut show.
Okay.
And it's in this warehouse, like low lights. It's a lot of, underage drinking and all types of things that shouldn't have. But
It's scruffy.
It's a movie college party. Like,
Yeah.
everything that happens in the movie that you see was happening. So yeah, we start playing and we have this original music that no one's ever heard of, just stuff I've been writing, demos I've been making on Reason, and then a couple covers. And yeah, man, we played that show. And, I'm going to try to say this in a very PC way, but we had multiple reports after we finished our set that people in the audience were enjoying themselves mutually.
Yeah.
In an intimate way. Different, not the same, not one report, not multiple reports of the same people, but multiple reports of different people. So, I was like, okay, the love experiment started as a joke, but clearly the music has an effect.
It's working on people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was something.
It was the haze in the air.
So I don't know but I took it as this is a sign that we gotta like do this more than just like a one-off show.
Yeah.
We gotta make something happen. And so although the music over the years has not been just explicitly for that type of purpose, but we definitely realized like we had some close college friends who hired us to play their engagement party.
Whoa.
One of them didn't know it was an engagement party. The other one did because it was like the proposal.
Yeah,
They hired us to be a part of such a special moment, and we just, started playing at all these college events and all these shows around Boston, and we didn't have any music out. Like, we were playing this original music. People were loving it. And, being young, not realizing, like, the game. Like, yeah, I should have been putting more music out so people could actually, go home and listen to it. We had, like, 2 songs out. But, yeah, people were just reacting to it. So I was like, yeah, we have to record this. We have to put it out. But, of course, as artists, we were broke. So, I was working different type of jobs and gigs, saving whatever I can to, record. We did our first demo at a college radio station in Boston, Emerson. So, we just kind of piece by piece. I would work a job, put some money aside. That's how we recorded our debut album. And then we got connected with this label in Japan, and since then we've just been collaborating and figuring out the different ways we can work. But yeah, we kind of started just like a garage band, but we were in college. We just were like, all right, we just gonna get together and make some stuff happen, and people were reacting to it. So I think because of that, because of just like our origin story of like it created such a palpable vibe in the air. For me, I'm always like, yeah, this is something that is bigger than me. It's bigger than just all jokes aside, like the energy of the music or the intent of the music has an effect. And I think I feel that most when you're playing live.
Yeah.
Like that's always, this is a band still, even though our concept is still kind of like that middle ground of like production and live instrumentation. But yeah, I think just being able to connect with people, even if they don't know the songs or know all the lyrics, but they can feel the energy. Like that's why we do this, and that's why we go on that long grind and figure it out to still put this music out.
Word. I mean, in the time of that happening, were you kind of working on your production or your producer credits? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all in tandem. So for me, it was like the Love Experiment is an exercise of like me as a producer, but also as a songwriter, but also as a musician, because I'm playing drums, but also a bunch of different instruments on it. So I always was like, okay, I'm gonna develop something that speaks to my artistic voice, and if people like it, then they'll also be interested in the type of beats that I make, or just the music that I make independent from this larger collective. But yeah, during that time I was teaching at Carnegie Hall in New York, and I developed like a music production program. And so I was teaching at Carnegie Hall, but I was also like doing programs in the Bronx where we were like taking kids and
to the youth.
we
Yeah.
were teaching them how to make songs. We were producing albums for them, so I was very much involved with just like not only working on my own music, but also like educating and trying to kind of be a spokesperson for not just like, okay, this is how you make beats, but like this is how you put like music.
Yeah,
into stuff.
this is how you
do
lay it
music.
down. Yeah, nah, I'm with you. Like you naming too many names, dog. Like the resume too fire. Like what? Yeah, I mean, for me dealing with film or like video, whatever, I like working with inner city kids. Like it might come off like I don't want to teach anybody but myself how to be better. You know what I mean? Because other people are going to take care of them. But definitely when I look back at other kids, I'm like, yeah, man, I want to make I want to make sure black kids know about this or aware of this, or, like, let me play you some of this Joan Baudrillard. Let me put you on some of this other stuff so you could just be aware.
Yeah.
Did you feel like from your upbringing that it was your like path to kind of give back? Because like every name that you naming is like a name, like for real. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, growing up here is like it was 100% that, because I was mentored by so many great musicians who, looking back at, I'm like, man, why did they even spend any time like worrying about some kids?
Yeah.
Trying to play music. Like I think back, like one of my great mentors, jazz musician Donald Harrison. He had a program at Tipitina's. They had an internship program. So I was learning like ninth grade. I was learning like audio engineering. I didn't have any equipment, but they were showing us how a studio worked.
Yeah.
And years later, that came in really handy once I was doing work study at college in the school studio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I remember learning some of this stuff, but having that be available, and then also him mentoring us as musicians, and then putting us on stage and all that, like giving us real world experience. I'm like, I wouldn't even be half the musician I am if it wasn't for my upbringing here and all of these master musicians who took time to like teach or do programs, summer programs, whatever it was. So when I graduated high school, I instantly like started teaching. Like it was just like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do during the summer. Like I'm gonna teach because like this is just what you do. Once you get to a certain skill level, you start sharing it.
Yeah.
And it seems weird, naive now, because I'm like, man, I probably wasn't that good at 18, but like the people around me, the mentors around me thought I was, and they would give me teaching opportunities. So Donald Harrison was my mentor. Like the next year after I graduated, he invited me to teach at his summer camp. And that was like 2009 and 2010. So it was like immediately after receiving this training, being put in a position to teach and like pass on what I've already learned, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's very unique about New Orleans, like this kind of mentorship, and also just like this oral tradition that we have with a lot of the arts and a lot
You
of
got to pass the torch.
You got to pass it. So for me, that's always been my trajectory. Even though it's like, yeah, I want to pursue things as an artist or as a producer or whatever, education has always been extremely important because I'm very clear on how I got to where I got, and then I had a great community, not just parents, but like the community around me in schools and different programs that without that combination of all of those things, I wouldn't have even thought certain things were possible. You know what I mean? Like mentioning that I lived out the country, that, I'm from Herrera. Like it's a foreign concept to think I'm about to lead a country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
I feel like Katrina kind of put us on a different stage. I mean, New Orleans is technically an international city like Chicago and New York.
Mm-hmm.
But for the people that live here, after Katrina, you really got to just see what was outside the walls and what was going on.
Yeah.
And in some parts, you get blessed with people giving you the knowledge. So when you do step out onto the world stage, you know what to do. But a lot of times, you just don't know. Like some people never leave downtown. Like I ain't never crossed Canal, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? So
I mean, that's the mentality. But that's the mentality. I felt like the time I grew up, that's what it was. It was like some people you live on the West Bank, you stay on the West Bank. That's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I didn't understand that because I lived on the West Bank, but I went to school in the city, so it was like I'm always all over the city. The city's not that big.
Yeah.
But it's like but that mentality is everywhere. It's in Rome. It's in New York. It's everywhere. There are people who are literally like, I'm good in my area in like a 3-mile radius, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think like, you have to expand, and I think that's what the point of the arts is, and it's point of education. Just like, hey, there's more out there, and you want to see that there's more out there because you don't want to, as great as a place can be, you don't want to be limited by just what you've observed.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more, and you don't know what you're keeping, what version of yourself you're keeping yourself from if you're not willing to like explore,
That was well said, dog. You got a joint to lace them with? Like that needs some honey to follow up behind it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna play this joint that's actually about to drop next week featuring Pink Seafood's great rapper from New York. I think it's number 6. Maybe it's number
you
7.
said it so casual, man. We know who Pink Seafood is.
Yeah.
Fool, don't even be like that, dog. It is
number 6. Yeah, this
Yes.
track is called "Believe," produced by the homie Sil DeBinion, great saxophone player and vocalist who's also singing on this track.
Been a long time. Hard to remember when she in keys. Or when she in pockets sometimes. Could be keys. Could be shit you lost, you feel me? But just ride with it. I wanna feel that too. I wanna feel. Look, no way, see, hard to know what you try to forget. On purpose, by yourself on purpose. Long time, last time, little nervous. Kid bad tight situations, like imagine being inside curtains. Just us, scoop me up, hit the land. We was all off the dark parts, exactly. I could trust, fell off. GP off comfort, passion, never fell off. We was laying, just playing, we was laying. Like it's your face of the king, it's a cocoa factory. We hot, no play shit, no pride, no fake foundation. How many times I gotta say it, nigga, let go? How many times I gotta say it, my nigga, let go? I'm giving big bro smiles, you had to let go. When you playing on them seeds, need to watch them grow. I'm watching nephew grow. Shit easy for the tears to flow. Long time. Been a long time, tell me what you know. Been a long time, tell me what you know. Please check on everybody that you think too strong. Please.
What up, world? This is the world famous spiritually certified Bassmentality. We chopping it extra hard behind the scene. You know what I mean, we ain't giving y'all none of this goodness. You know what I mean, we're here with Black Samurai. He's holding it down for the love experiment. The homie has his flute. He's a flautist. He says he's not like, you know, a beast on it or whatever. He has it. He pulled it out of his case. It was shining and stuff like, So we're gonna go back and hit you with a quick playlist. You guys would have heard House Party. Then before that, you would have heard Believe featuring Pink Sifu, as he so eloquently said, a rapper from New York. Like, come on now, man.
No,
It's
great.
Pink-
I said a great rapper from New York. I
It-
used an
it-
adjective
it-
there,
it's-
not just any rapper.
It's Pink Sifu, dog.
Yeah,
what?
he's a iconoclast. Like,
You know what I
I
mean?
like the way. Yeah, he's very unique.
Then before that, you guys would have heard No Worries, and then we played you the joint In Flight, and then if you really, really tuned in at the top, you would have heard House Party. I believe this album is dropping on the 10th.
Yeah, October 10th.
Where can people cop it, or is just follow the label Sweet Souls, or
Yeah, it's gonna be on all DSPs, and then the vinyl is coming out, I believe, October 17th. And yeah, if you just search The Love Experiment Velvet, it'll come up on all DSPs, and the vinyl will be available later October. So
So we were behind the scenes shooting 5 extra hard, but we realized we running short on time, extra high on fun. But the homie's gonna like hit us with like a quick little serenade. I don't really want to spoil it. Like, should we not talk on it and just let it occur?
yeah, well, I'm gonna play over this last track. This is Who's Gonna Save the World, which features my homie Jay Horde, an amazing vocalist who has collaborated with us since the beginning, wrote a lot of songs with us, and yeah, he did this joint for us. And I think right now it's kind of timely because, you know, the world's kind of wild. It's always wild, and I think everyone's always asking, like, well, who's gonna fix it? But the point of this is just like we got to fix it ourselves, man. So we gotta fix us first. So that's this joint. You've been listening to music from The Love Experiment. I appreciate all y'all, and yeah, I'm gonna hit some vibes over it. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. You know what I mean, it's really wino. You know what I mean, hooking up the black community one set at a time.
One set at a time.
Yeah, I mean, as we flow into it though, man, this is the world famous spiritually certified Bassmentality. I'm gonna turn my mic off. I'm gonna let the homie hit y'all with this excellence, and it goes a little something like this.
Something in the water, something in the air. Them say it's freedom. It feels unfair. Children of the light, tell me are they still there? Tell me who's gonna lead them? Who's gonna care? For the light inside our senses. Tell me who sees. Can you see? Inside we find our help. Oh, tell me. Tell me who's gonna save the world if we don't save it. Tell me who's gonna save the world, 'cause we need saving. Is it you? Is it? Is it? Is it you? Is it? Tell me who. If it ain't you, tell me who. Tell me who's gonna save the world if we don't save it. Not save it. Tell me who's gonna save the world 'cause we need saving. Can you see all the pieces of me? You lead me, guide me to the path of inner peace. Something in the soil, something in the sea. Them say it's mercy, I say it's greed. Tell me who's gonna follow, who's gonna lead. If the world's gonna change, may it start with me. There's a war outside, the world's inside. There's a world outside, the war's inside. There's a world on fire, the world's outside. There's a world looking on, the war's inside. There's a war outside, the world's inside. There's a world outside, the war's inside. There's a world on fire, the world's outside. There's a world looking on, the war's inside. There's a world who's gonna save the world. There's a world if you don't save it. There's a world looking on, the war's inside. There's a world who's gonna save the world. There's a world if you don't save it. There's a world looking on, the war's inside. Vibration 100, who say we never should be saved. shit, run shit. Vibration on 100. Who said we didn't run shit? We say we gotta run shit. We say we gotta run shit. Man said we gotta run shit, run shit. Vibration on 100. Who said we didn't run shit? We say we gotta run shit. We say we gotta run shit. Man said we gotta run shit, run shit. Vibration on 100. Who said we didn't run shit? We say we gotta run shit. We say we gotta run shit. Man said we gotta run shit, run shit.
Vibration on 100. Me said we gon' run shit. We said we gon' man said we gotta run this. Who said we ain't run shit? We gon' run shit. I said we don't run shit. Who said we didn't run shit? We said we gon'. I said we gon' run shit. Who said we ain't done shit? Yeah, yeah. Mine on a million. Haters get shook when we come in the building. 10% we'll run your business. Cash out. We don't work on feelings. Scratch that. Moving past that. We gon' tax that. We need equity advances and assets. About to start a revolution. No hashtag. We gon' roll 50 deep with a mask cat. Plotting the way. If people ain't grooving, the money ain't moving. My mind on the music. I'm raising the stakes. Dropping off. We ain't stop at all. Just been planting the seeds for sparking the jet. It's all. I done been up so long. I forgot to fall. Super dawn. I grip with the biggest on. What you on? I'm go like a marathon till it's done. Pop your shit. Haters just gon' pop in the comments. I give a fuck like a condom. I'm about my zeros and commas. After big digits, your honor. I didn't want no type of drama. Done playing coppers and robbers when the cops the one trying to rob you. Niggas on me. As long as I'm free, I can't get anything that they can't. Begin with an ink pen. I'm deep in. These days off the deep end on Tuesday weekends. Every weekday get the replay. Be safe when the heat spray. Hit the DEC case and the intake. Get the STRAY. But he okay. I probably would have that. Guess I got 9 lives. Still here. Moving on the vine time. No fear. They be trying to redline. That's clear. They don't give a fuck about what we feel. Cause the rent dude probably can't pay it. 2 jobs still can't make it. If there's a world that needs saving, someone else gon' have to save it. Gone.
Peace, peace, y'all. You know, M-I-K-E-Y, 5-R-U-N-E. Through the years, BBFs, where ya at? M-I-K-E-Y, 5-R-U-N-E. Mike 5. Mike 5. Waving around like Petey Pablo, baby.
Now it's time to say goodbye
Sing, little kids.
to all our company.
Peace, yo.
M-I-C.
Am
See you real soon.
What?
K-E-Y.
Why?
Why? Because we like you.
Oh. 5-R-U-N-E. Yeah. All right, man. We made it to the end of the set, man. It was kind of crazy. It was all over the place. I felt like we were having dope conversations that you guys didn't get to hear offline. But before we go, man, hit him with it one more time, man. Black Samurai, let him know.
Yeah, man. This is Black Samurai. You can follow me at Black Beats on Instagram, and the band's different DSPs, and our record Velvet comes out October 10th, so be looking out for that. And our last single, Believe, with featuring Pink Seafood, drops next Friday, October 3rd. And yeah, appreciate all the support. Thank y'all for